So, as usual, I'm late. Why? I don't know. I just really need this freedom to be late, I guess. And I wanted to talk to you about escapism. So, my escapism, I don't have cigarettes, alcohol, drugs. The news is not an escape for me, unfortunately. We have not a good situation in the Middle East at the moment. So, what do? I looked at the king and queen of Denmark, and I look at their lives and I think, my gosh, people think they have such a great life, but I'm just thinking how I met my ex-husband, and I met him in a very similar situation, not in the Olympics. It was a pub though, and then it was like also somebody who comes from people that have royal family. So it's not England, it's not Denmark. There are not a lot of royal families left in Europe, and there's a reason for that. There's no need for them. We don't live in feudalism anymore, but some people, they like the little people. They like to have a king and a queen and a princess. We need to live in a fairy tale. When in reality, these people have a title, and sometimes they even have power that is given to them simply because they were born, which is the opposite of democracy in every single way, of course. You don't get to a position just because you were born, hopefully. I'm not sure about this country sometimes. But, so anyway, this Australian woman, she's in marketing, she has a good job, she's a pretty girl, she's 28 years old, and she meets a prince, and he's the heir to one of the oldest monarchies in Europe. And she gets to marry the Prince of Denmark. It sounds like a fairy tale. He's cute. I wouldn't say drop dead gorgeous, but he's cute. She's good looking, two good looking people. They both like to enjoy life, travel, sports. The only thing is, if you look at his background, and here I have to give my ex-husband brownie points. So my ex-husband, if you look at his past, didn't have a long past really. He was dating somebody who studied with him at the teacher's seminar. So he wasn't a very wild guy, like sports, like soccer. Okay, we didn't have that in common for sure. I did like to be active, but definitely not soccer. And, well, it seems to me that I'm so happy I'm not married anymore, because I would be mortified if my husband, the father of my 4 children, I don't have 4, I only have 3, but she also had 3 births. She had twins, so kind of same here. If he would have spent time with a woman in Spain, going to all romantic, going to a Picasso exhibit, flamenco show, come on. Unless you're a gay man, when a man spends time with a woman, and I'm saying an attractive woman, why? You're married, you have a wife. Okay, she was busy, she was somewhere else, but still. Okay, so you're doing romantic things with another woman. I understand if it would have been having dinner even, but you actually, the paparazzi don't miss a thing. He was in her apartment overnight. Yes, the Danish people are very open-minded, but sorry, you're a father and a husband. And I think it's so not worth being a king or a queen to have a cheating, lying bastard. Doesn't matter if you're the king of Denmark. Really doesn't matter. For all the money in the world, it's just really not worth it to have somebody that is the father of your children spend time with another woman and captured in camera. Like, you don't even need a detective. Paparazzi does it for you. So marry strong character. I don't know why anybody would want to be in the role of a queen, because everybody's looking at you, taking photos of you. Yeah, it's like, we all want to be in, fame. She has all this fame, and she doesn't have to be talented in anything. She was a marketing, she studied economy and law. The woman is not the most entertaining person in the world. She looks very serious. She comes from Scottish stock, which is like very, very tough people that are very, they're kind of very, they don't joke around, these Scots. They drink their whiskey, and they are hardworking people. They're quite conservative. And she meets this playboy, and wait, who did he date? Lingerie model. And then he dates Mary Elizabeth Donaldson, a woman who comes from a very warm Scottish family, all close-knit. She just lost her mom before. And then she meets this guy, and like a prince. And wow. But just as a person who left, we have a lot of problems in the Middle East. But you know what? When I think about being on a crossroads and meeting somebody from a very cold European country where it rains and snows and it's gorgeous and everything, but I come from a country that has sun. Look, we had 2 days of rain and now it's finished. Winter is a weekend. You have like 2 days of rain and it's done. And we're communicative. We have beach. We have freedom because we have chaos. We don't have the organized European, we don't have a monarchy really. We have a prime minister who's like a king, yeah, that's true. But there's a big difference, isn't there? I'm sure the king doesn't have this hate mail and people wanting him to step down. And I'm sure that he deserves it, actually. So what does his mom do, like a good mother? She decides to fix everything by making him grow up, by making him a king. And he reminds me of Shlomo Artzi's song, like for the mothers, the son is like a king, Melech HaOlam. And he's like, really, she literally did it. She decided to step down. And so instead of the gossip columns focusing on her son being a lying, cheating bastard, he's now the king of Denmark. And does this fix the problem with the marriage? No, it does not. Can't fix things like that. Even if you make somebody a king and she's a queen, he still doesn't treat her like a queen, because when he hangs around with other women, he's a lying, cheating bastard. I understand if he had a dinner with a female friend, maybe. Flamenco? Walking around, strolling in a romantic Spanish garden? Come on, man. And everybody's taking photos, and it's not the first time. She's such a beautiful woman. She could have had a nice, quiet life. She has fame. But what is it worth it when you live a lie? I'd rather live the truth than live a lie. That's what I want to say. This is one of my biggest, my goals in life is to live a real, authentic life. And this is why I like working with kids, because kids are real. Kids are real. They'll tell you the truth to their face. And they haven't learned all the layers of lies and deceit. And for that, kids are the best. So she has a beautiful family and everything. And if I were her, I'd just go to Australia, spend as much time in Australia, and this is what she decided. Australia seems like a really beautiful place. Lots of beaches. And really nice people, communicative. And that's what I would do. Denmark seems dreary to me. And that's what I would do. I would have the cake and eat it too. Yeah. Be the queen of Denmark, but hang around in Australia and do whatever you want. She's a smart lady. She's a smart cookie. And yeah, but I wouldn't want to be married to a lying, cheating bastard. That's all I have to say, even if it was the king of the world.